Really unfortunate news coming over the weekend. It's one of those things that just you find out on Twitter and there was no way you could have seen it coming, but actor Chadwick Boseman passed away. He was 43, I believe, young, and apparently had been battling colon cancer for about 4 years. Basically, no one knew about it. He was incredibly private about those sorts of things. And it comes as such of a surprise because he has been so incredibly prolific over those years, coming out with so many movies. I mean, not only obviously Black Panther, which a lot of people know him for, and I'm sure that we're gonna talk about here, but playing James Brown and Jackie Robinson and Thurgood Marshall, and just seemingly spending every single minute like churning out these roles that are so amazing. And I've been going back, after he passed and watching some of the movies I hadn't seen, and it's just so devastating. Someone taken away so young that meant so much, not just in America, but across the world. And the more I see more of his works outside of the MCU, the more I think he would have been among the best actors of his generation if he hadn't been taken so tragically young. So we just wanted to talk just a little bit about this. Francesca, how did you react when you first saw the news?
It was like turning the knife of an already horrible week, right? A week ago is when Jacob Blake was shot. Then we've had, murders and extremist violence since then, excuses from the police. And then Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther, dies. And I think, yes, it's so funny that you say all like Jackie Robinson, Thurgood Marshall, James Brown. These are like 3 diametrically opposed characters. It's not easy to play those 3 characters. It really isn't. But truly that iconic role of Black Panther, I saw it twice in the theater, and again, a lot of people are like, I've never cried at a Marvel film. Now I know, John, you've cried at every single Marvel movie.
Not everyone, not Thor 2.
For those of us not steeped in that universe, Black Panther, I thought, was the best movie of the year. It was everything to all people, but especially Black Americans, seeing this superhero, this sort of like Afrofuturism, as it's called, the land of Wakanda, kind of being almost this like peacekeeping role eventually. This, And I think that really meant a lot to people. And just look at all the young kids dressed up as Black Panther, who, every time I see those videos of them doing Wakanda Forever, a little piece of me is, just melts off and goes away. Yeah. But so yeah, it was hard. This is the sort of moment we're in. It's like we're down, and we keep wondering if how much worse it can get. And then an awesome actor who, by the way, just interpersonally, you watch his interviews, incredibly humble, incredibly thoughtful. Just like, yeah, just all, potentially he was also living with colon cancer and had a very acute awareness of this life and wanted to get as much done as possible and was very grateful for everything. So again, also just a really wonderful human being.
Yeah, exactly. He gave a short speech while accepting an award. I don't remember if it was at the Oscars, but definitely track it down. It was awesome, talking about what the production of that movie meant and the struggle that actors like he and others have had to deal with and continue to deal with even to the present. Yeah, it's just great. It's devastating. Look, obviously, we talk a lot about Marvel on this show for some reason. I don't know why, but it means a lot to me. And I know it's not cinema or whatever, but I think that those definitions are absolute BS. You go to the movies to experience something, to experience an emotion, a feeling, an aspiration, and those movies deliver that. Black Panther delivered that. T'Challa delivers that. And it's the stupidest thing, and I understand it's just a movie, but the moment from Endgame at the end where T'Challa and others from Wakanda come out of that portal, that hit me harder than anything I've seen in a movie, because of the buildup of more than a decade and everything that went into it, on screen and off screen, and nothing is gonna hit me like that in a movie for the rest of my life. And that was him. And to now be working through some of his other movies and just you realize how much of a loss this is. I understand he's an actor. You get to feel terrible when an artist like this is taken away, and this is certainly one of those moments. Okay, with that, you know what? I'm gonna see. I think that there were some super chats specifically about this. I saw
better be.
Some other people in the chat were talking about how they're struggling specifically with colon cancer, or that they have cancer, but they're being very private about it. And obviously there's a lot of reasons for that. Yeah, I mean the chat is full of people saying Wakanda forever and talking about him. It's so sad. He was so young, young, and the stuff he was doing. Like I read about some of those shoots, like the scene in South Korea that they shot for Black Panther was this incredibly difficult, physically rigorous. They did the fight scene so many times.
Oh gosh.
And he was doing that while struggling with cancer. Like it's unbelievable. And doing it in a way that nobody could have suspected it. It's just so amazing.
Yeah, you see him on magazine covers and he's got the scars. He's like shirtless, ripped scars from operations.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy was a real life superhero, clearly. And I just want to say, I get why he kept the cancer private. I think it is such an emotional roller coaster for people who are struggling with cancer, who have loved ones struggling with cancer and battling cancer, because it changes one day to the next, 1 month to the next, and you don't want to get your hopes up too high. You don't want to be too low. You want to keep, be optimistic. It is a struggle. F cancer forever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.